Hello, welcome again. In this tutorial, I'll be explaining different operators that we frequently use in Java programming. Now, as I said in the introductory video, that I expect you to have some sort of programming experience. So these kind of operators that we frequently use in Java, and they are actually common in all other languages, and I'm not going to explain them in details how they works. I hope you are going to understand intrinsically. Okay, these are the 5 arithmetical operators: arithmetical plus, minus, multiplication, division, and the arithmetical modulus operation that returns the remainder when you divide one value by another. You can use that minus and plus as unary operator as well in Java. That means if you wish to initialize a variable with -2, then here this minus is used as unary negation operator. You can use the plus as well like this, but that doesn't have any meaning. Now if you want to initialize a by 2, you can just write like this. So unary plus doesn't have any sense. Now otherwise, all these 5 arithmetical operators can be used as binary operators. Now these are the 6 relational operators. They can be used for comparing two values. Now they all returns either true or false. That equals to, this can be used for comparing two values. If you want to compare two values for equality, you can use that. Now all of them, as I said, they returns either true or false. In Java, this is important. True is represented as true and false is represented as false. It's not like 1 or 0 in C or C++. So there is a data type that we call Boolean type. And if you declare a variable of Boolean, then that variable can hold either true or false. Now this true and false, they are keywords in Java. Now all these relational operators, they return either true or false depending upon the result of comparison. So here you can see that 100 greater than 20. Now that greater than operator is going to return true indeed, because that 100 indeed greater than 20. So this content of f is going to be true in this case. So let me just print that f. So we are supposed to get true. Let me comment out all the previous statements there. So if I execute, I'm going to get true there. Here it is. Now if I write 100 greater than 200, then this comparison is false. So that greater than sign is greater than operator is going to return false in this case. So we are going to get false there. Here it is. So in Java, please make a note of this. True is represented as true and false is false. And we have this Boolean data type in order to represent these two values there. And true and false, they are keywords in Java. Now these are the 3 logical operators, as you can see: logical AND, logical OR, and logical NOT. They also returns either true or false. Now they works in the same way: logical AND operation, logical OR, and logical NOT. I hope you understand the basic things about these operators. Now just for a note, logical AND operation test whether both the conditions applied are true or not. If they are true, only in that case the logical AND is true. Now the logical OR returns true if either of the condition is true. So these two operators, logical AND and logical OR, they are binary operators. Now that logical NOT is unary operator. Now it actually turns a true to false and a false to true. Now these are the 2 unary operators which are mostly used in Java: unary increment operator and unary decrement operator. Unary increment operator, it increases the value by 1 of an operand, and this unary decrement operator, it decreases the value by 1 of an operand on which it is applied. Now they can be used as postfixed or prefixed. Let me give you an example and make you understand the difference of the prefix and postfix versions of these 2 operators. So we have this variable a initialized with 10, and we have another variable b. Now if I apply that plus on a, this is the prefix version, okay? And if you apply that plus after a, this is the postfixed version. Now there's not going to be any difference if you do not have any other operator in the expression. If you only have that plus applied on an operand and that's all in the expression, then postfix and prefix both are just going to increase the value of a by 1. There is no difference at all. But if you have some other operation in the expression, then the meaning differs. let me show you that. Say you are writing like this. Now here you have applied that plus plus as prefixed, and you have this assignment operation in this statement. So now, since this is prefixed version, so first of all, the content of A will be incremented to 11, then that value is going to be assigned to B. So the content of A will be incremented to 11, and that 11 is going to be assigned to B. So both A and B, they are going to be 11 in this case. So if you're having prefix version with some other operation, then that prefix version will be applied first. Now if you're applying the postfixed version like this, now here the content of A, the current content of A, that is 10, will be assigned to this variable B first, because that's a postfixed version. And then after the assignment is done, then the content of A is going to be incremented to 11. So here the content of B is going to be 10 and the content of A is going to be 11. Let me show you quickly by printing the contents of these two variables there into the console. So A equals plus A. Now let me explain this as well to you. I have not done that earlier. Now that println method that prints something into the console and that accepts only one parameter. You cannot just go ahead and use like this, a comma in between the different values that you want to put into the console. You need to concatenate all of them using the plus operator. Now in Java, anything that is double quoted is considered as a string. So this is a string and we want the output like this, A equals the value of A. So A equals should come within a string, and then we are concatenating the content of A with that string. So the content of A will be appended with A equals that string. So we are going to get A equals 10 or 11, something like that. And you can go on and concatenate any other thing that you like. So I would like to have the value of B there as well, and then I would like to have a thank you at the end. So it's going to output in this way, A equals the content of A, and then comma, then B equals the content of B, and finally we are going to get that thank you there printed into the console. So let's go ahead and check this. So here you can see, since we have used that postfixed version, so A is 11, obviously A will be incremented, but the content of B is 10, because first of all the content of A was assigned to B, then A was incremented. Now if we use the prefix version there, both of A and B are going to be 11. And here we go. And the decrement operator, unary decrement operator, that works in the same way. You can use it as prefixed or postfixed, and the meaning remains same like this plus plus. Only it's going to decrement the value of the operand by 1. I'm going to explain this conditional operator later on when I will explain if-else statement, and that's the operator that actually a shortcut of doing if-else. I'll be explaining that later on, and that's the only operator which is ternary in nature, that receives 3 operands. Okay, so that's all for this tutorial. In the next tutorial, I'll be explaining how you can take input from console using scanner class, and I'll be explaining the Java library packages. Okay, how to import a library package and how the library package is organized, and the fundamental concept of package as well. So join me in the next tutorial. Thank you for watching this.